Hi everybody.
Hello, I'm Ryan.
I'm Bethany.
And we are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
And today we're going to be talking about Dollars to Donuts, and this is published by Crafty Games.
This is a game where it's a tile laying game. What you're trying to do is you're trying to make these donuts by drafting these tiles. You know, you want the freshest ones, but also the not so fresh ones are cheaper. So if that doesn't make any sense, let me show you what it looks like.
No, let me show you what that looks like. So this is kind of the shared area. Everybody does have their own personal player board, but I'm going to show you that in a little bit. I just want to talk about this first. So in the middle, these are all the tiles that you can draft from. These are customers that you can help satisfy, and these are the different type of donuts that you can make. We have the glazed donuts, we have the chocolate donuts, we have the sprinkled donuts, and then the jelly-filled donuts. Jelly-filled donuts are worth $5. I don't even like jelly-filled donuts, but that's neither here nor there. That's just a Bethany thing. Anyway, so at the end of the game, for every donut that you have, there's victory points associated with it. So the glazed donuts have 1 point, the chocolate donuts have 2 points, the sprinkles have 3 points, and then the jelly-filled have 5 points. However, as you're going through and trying to complete donuts and make donuts on your personal board, you can turn those donuts over to satisfy customers. Now, customers do have requirements on them, or basically donuts that they would like. So Sperry here would like a glazed donut. He would like a frosted donut, or sprinkled donut, I mean. He would like a chocolate donut, and of course he is a big fan of the jelly-filled donuts. Now what you can do is you can take this card and fulfill any amount of requirements as you want. The trick is, once you do whatever you do and he's in your player board, you can't add to him. So let's say you only had enough to do these 3 and you took it, you would never be able to complete that last one. And so what you do is you take the donuts, and instead of using them for points at the end of the game, you place them on this card instead. And so you don't get the points for that, you get the points for how many is covered. You do have to do the whole set, so you couldn't do just that. You'd have to do that and that. Basically, there's different levels of satisfied that this character is. So you're going to go through and you're going to draft. These are worth a different amount of money. That last one you can see is 0. So you can pay anywhere from 5 to 0 to draft a tile into your player board. So let's just say we drafted this one. We paid the $2 for it. Everything gets shifted down, and then a new one gets replaced. And then let's say we have all the glazed donuts on the planet, so we are going to fulfill this card, Hilda. It's a really cute graphic novel. That's not what this is. That's something else. Sorry, the library employee in me is coming out. So then we have all the glazed donuts, so we're going to put them all down, put them on our player board. So now what happens is that card got refilled. This also gets refilled, available for the next player. The reason why you draft the cards is because you are trying to make sets. And I'll show you in more depth on the player board. Basically, you want to make full donuts. When you make a full donut, that's when you actually get to take a donut from the pool. If you match up donuts and they don't match. So like these donuts right here, they're not both glazed, they're not both filled. You see they're different, they don't match. Instead, what you do is you get the money associated with that. So you get, on that, you get the highest one of the two. So this has 3 monies on it, and that has 2 monies on it. We would get 3, and then we'd get 1 for this. Since the jelly filled are so much, they don't come with special monies. The game continues until somebody's player board is filled. Then you count up all the points. Now let's go talk about that player board for a second. Now everybody starts the game with their own player board and then 4 pieces. And you put those 4 pieces anywhere on your board that don't cross each other. So they can't cross each other that way, and they cannot cross each other that way. So you just place them on the board so they do not intersect. And as you see, they are all half donuts. Every player also starts with 5 money tokens. However, so these are the money tokens. And they all have different things on the back. So everybody starts with 3 4 glazed donut holes, and then 1 chocolate. There's other monies that you draw from in the bag, and I'll talk about those in just a second. So what happens as the game continues, you're drafting these tiles and you're placing them places. So let's say we drafted this tile, we're placing it on a board, we're trying to get some sprinkles. Bam, we got a sprinkle. So we get, since we have a completed donut right there, we get that sprinkle and we are good to go. Now the game is going to continue and you will not be able to match donuts all the time, but that is fine. So let's say I really wanted to match this donut up here. I matched that donut, but these donuts didn't match. So what I do is I actually get to draw from the bag. See, these money tokens have other things on them. There's lots of really fun stuff. Some of them have half of a donut on them. There's some sprinkle ones. And then the other ones that you started with as well are also on there. Those the chocolate ones on there as well. See that? Now what you can do once during your turn, you can actually place these somewhere on your board and you will get bonus points at the end based on what kind they are. So if you are able to get 2 of these, for every pair that you get 1 additional point. And the reason why that's important is because you will actually get negative points for every empty space on your square. So it's really neat that you can place those. However, remember on that board that we were talking about earlier, how they cost money? You can't use all of those on that, or sometimes you won't be able to buy what you need when you need it. So it has this nice mechanism to it of wanting to get those extra points or wanting to fill some stuff up that you can't necessarily fill up. Like, look at this one. This is that glazed donut, and we have a glazed donut spot right there. Look. Done. So the game continues until somebody's board is completely filled up, and then you count up your bonus points, or all of your points, the points for the customers that you helped. You do get extra points for getting sets of customers or getting the most customers in a certain area. I didn't talk about that earlier, so I'll just show you real quick what I was talking about when I say that. All of these are from a different district. So he is from the Rose District, Mount Timber, Sunset Heights. So there's a set mechanism that happens there of trying to get the most from one area or trying to get sets of those. So you get points for those. You get points for every 2 of these you put down. For every 2 chocolate, you get 2 points. For every 2 glazed, you get 2 points. For every 2 sprinkles, you get 3 points. I lied. The glazed was just 1 point. So basically, you just add everything up. At the end of the game, you get negative points for you get 1 negative point for every empty square that's on your board. And then whoever gets the most wins.
All right, so I really enjoyed how there is, different rewards for matching up donuts that match and getting the actual donuts versus matching up the ones that don't match up. And I said you get money or the tiles for that. I really think that's a really interesting way of rewarding you both ways.
I don't remember if I talked about this when I tried to show you a quick overview of the game, but I think it's really neat how on your personal player board you can actually play over that. So it's not like you're limited to that space. I mean, that's the only way you're going to get money or you're going to get the donuts, but you can actually play those things outside of that grid. It just doesn't get you anything. But if you needed that just one little square, you could use it in that one little area if you wanted to.
Yeah, it's super unique. Usually you're confined to that area.
Yeah.
I think the colors for this game were really appealing. I think that the card art did a really good job of representation, and I'm looking forward to see the full, the final art on the cards, because I think it's a really cool thing that we always look for in games.
I like that you're drafting to draft. So you're drafting to get these, to get the donuts, to eventually get a customer. And if you're not able to get customers, you can still get points for the donuts that you made. And I also thought the money being dual-sided was really neat, how you could use that, like Ryan said, to get stuff, but you could also place it on your board and then you can get points through that as well. And I kind of went too heavy in that one of our games and ran out of money. You could only get the free one.
Yeah, we were actually teaching this to our 7-year-old. She did a great job with it. We beat her in points, but she still understood everything. So this is a very accessible game. She caught onto it really quick, and we played it again. She probably trounced us because that's just how she is.
Yeah. So this game had a really neat flow to it of just how it started, how it progressed. It went smoothly from round to round, and how the turns and how you go from to the board to your board to the characters, or not the characters, but the customers. And I just felt like it was really smooth.
You know what? This game was a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. We like tile-laying games anyway. It's something we're drawn to. The theme was cute. The card was fun.
Yes.
And the gameplay was just really smooth. We liked Dollar to Donuts.
All right, you want to make sure to subscribe to us so you can see our videos as they come out. You can also find us on Facebook under Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews. You can find us on Twitter under Ryan and Bethany 1. And you can also find us on Instagram under Ryan and Bethany.
All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in. We will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.